Shall I leave 3 minutes for you to prepare the questions? Then we could display the company introduction video again for 3 minutes, and you could prepare the. One customer called me for the question part. Let I contact him. Hello, Mr. Shami.
How are you?
Yes, I'm good.
Thank you very much for you.
Okay, it's my pleasure. If there is any question, you could tell me, and I could answer it. Me and Carl and Jason. Yes.
Sure, I'll pose you a question. Just wait 2 minutes.
Then we could display the company
Okay.
introduction video again for 3 minutes, and you could prepare the. One customer called me for the question part. Hello, Mr. Shami.
Just a moment, please.
Okay.
Okay, it's my pleasure. If there is any question,
Microphone,
you could tell me,
microphone,
and,
في مشكلة في الميكروفون.
Okay, there is some other customer ask some questions. Let me answer them at first. Okay, one customer asked if there is any compressor solution working on solar. This is actually from our Yemen distributor. I learned about this using method in Yemen. For the compressors, mainly used just as a PID control and AC-DC hybrid function. So for this, you could use SI23 because SI23 first supports the AC-DC hybrid function, and it also supports the PID control. So for this easy PID control application, you could use SI23 directly. The second question. Okay, there are five questions. Let me answer it, and if you have any question, we can communicate later. Okay. The second question is, please send the solar pump and controller specification. Yes, this is from our Myanmar distributor. Later, after the meetings, the sales will contact you and share the catalogs and menus so that you could know the specifications better. The third question is very useful for VEICHI to prepare a good, simple, and detailed video about designing solar system with inverter. Yes, this is a very good suggestion. We could prepare a video to introduce how to do the system installation and designing. This is a good suggestion. We will make it, and next time I think it may be available. This is the first time we do this kind of training and introduction. Any good suggestions you could tell us, and we could make the introduction better. The fourth question, are you going to save live so that we can access it at any time? Yes, please, if any customer need the videos or documents for this training, please contact the sales. He could send you the video link because there is some private information, so we will not put it on the public YouTube, but we have a video link for this training. The sales could share this link to you. Last one, please explain how much cable length we can connect. Just now, Mr. Carr introduced the reactor and filters. For the reactors, for the motor cable length, if it is more than 100 meters, usually we need to use the output reactor. But some customer, if the well is very deep, if it is a deep well, and there are still some motor cable lengths in the ground, totally maybe more than 300 meters or longer. If it is more than 300 meters, this time you could still use the reactor, but the reactance of this reactor must be more than 4%. If the cable length is still longer than 500 meters, then this time you need to use filter. The filter could be used for the motor cable length maximum up to 1 kilometers. So this the filter could solve almost all the popular for almost all the cable length problem. Okay, if there is any other questions. If there is any question, you could send by WeChat, WhatsApp, or in the YouTube. Do we need to add a capacitor when we use SI23D3 for a single phase pump? Yes, this is also a popular using problem for our distributors. For this first thing, we know that the D3 could drive the single phase pump. But there are lots of pump manufacturers. Different pump manufacturers have different technology and different design. Some manufacturers already configured the capacitor in the pump, inside the pump, but some not. So during installation, we suggest you to prepare a capacitor, and while test, you could first connect the inverter with pump directly. There are 3 output terminals, U, V, W, and you could connect the L, N, and COM wires of the single-phase pump to the UVW terminals directly. If you find the start torque is not enough, this time you could use the capacitor. But if the with the capacitor the running current is very high, this time you could cancel the single phase capacitor. Otherwise, it may trigger the overcurrent alarm and limit the frequency. So actually, this depends on the real-time test and depend on the pump manufacturer. But now most of our customers, they are trying to connect UVW with LN COM directly. There are 12 minutes left. If you have any questions, you could send us during these 12 minutes. If there is no question, 12 minutes later, this training will be completed. Or if you have any suggestions for the training platform, training form, or any suggestions for the materials and the presentations, you could all send us. And we will try to update it and make it better next time. If any distributors have the similar training requirement, you could also contact us and we could arrange the training for your distributor again. This time, the training is held by VEICHI and our Yemen distributor, TechMe, for trading together. So this is, and there are lots of customers come to our Yemen distributor training set. That is, all of you are warmly welcomed. Thanks for your support to VEICHI business and thanks for your trust to VEICHI product. All of our VEICHI sales are with a rich technical background. This is also one reflection of VEICHI strategy. VEICHI market strategy, one point is we are trying to provide a system solution to customers. So almost all our sales are with a rich technical background. This is different with most competitors. And so that whenever the customer has any problem, our sales and technical engineers could help immediately. So hope our service could satisfy your demand, and if you have any question, you could contact us. There are 10 minutes left. If there is no question, we will show the company video again, and you could send us during these 10 minutes. After that, we will successfully completed this introduction. As the motor power. And another customer asked, what's the recommended configuration? What's the maximum input DC current for your inverter from solar panels? I will start this question from an easy I will explain like this. During our configuration, we mainly calculate 3 parameters. One parameter is VOC, as what Mr. Carr just introduced. For the SI30, the maximum VOC is 900 for 380 volt model. And for SI23, 800 as standard and 900 as optional. And another is also you need to consider the temperature effect for this VOC rise in the low temperatures. Another point is the VMP. The VMP for 380 volt pumps, if you want it to running at 50 Hertz, the VMP minimum should be 540 volt. For the 220 volt pump, the minimum VMP should be 320 volt. And then another question we need to, another factor we need to consider is the power. The power should be, for 3-phase pump, it should be 1.2 to 1.3 times of the pump power. But for some areas, like in in South Africa, our distributor often configure it to 1.6 times of the solar panel. So if these 3 parameters or 3 factors are considered, usually you don't need to consider the DC current. The DC current must be within the range. For the DC current, if you want to confirm a maximum value, you could consider, because the VFD, it has a overload capacity. For even 2 times overload, it could protect immediately. For this is for the AC, you could calculate to the DC equal value. For 1.1, it could it could still run very good. For 1.2 times and 1.5 times, it will protect after 10 minutes like this. So as what I introduced, when you do the solar panel configuration, actually you don't need to consider the DC current from the solar panel. If the power and voltage is within range, the DC current must be within the range. Any other questions? There are 3 minutes left. If there is any questions? One customer asked us to suggest us to prepare the calculation in Excel format. Yes, that's a good idea. Actually, when we're doing the solar panel configuration, we often calculate in the Excel platform because that is much easier to calculate. But in the presentation, we just want to show you in details. Is there any new questions? If there is just 2 minutes left, if you have questions but you cannot describe it immediately, actually after this presentation you could also contact us at any time. I think our sales and technical engineers could all answer you and help you. Now, this time we make the live streaming in the YouTube channel, and actually this VEICHI Global is the official channel of VEICHI in the YouTube. You could see there are lots of product application videos and product introduction videos. You could check these videos for to learn more about VEICHI, and our official Facebook channels also share lots of application details. You could also check in the Facebook channel. If you have any questions, you could contact us. If you have any training suggestions, you could also provide to us. If you have any training requirement, next time we could also provide the training service for you and your customers. And I think we have successfully completed today's training. And thanks for all your listening, and thanks for all of your participation. VEICHI hopes to grow up together with our customers, and hope we have a bright cooperation in this year, 2022. Thanks a lot.结束。你不知道我讲到最后的时候，就是从第3部分开始，它的那个鼠标就是右边的那个备注什么都看不到了，它都不滚动了。我当时我到后半部分我都开始。从第3部分开始，我都是只看上半分，下半分。我想幸好稿子是我自己写的。我也不知道，但我不敢退。哦，也是，我都忘了。